No, I got to hear it again and hear the detail of the content. But the vibe of the record and the sound of the record, I liked it.
John, if you still tuned in to the live, you got a 2 thumbs up from the boss. If anyone else likes it, let us know. But, shout out to everyone on the live. We got The Greedo, we got Jay Reed, Mike Luna, Margie Oaks, Ray Fame. Fame goes and says, is Fame going to be on the remix to the record you spoke to him about?
Me and Fame always speaking about a record. I don't know which record he's talking about, but
Fame talks about a lot of records.
Well, he's on the actual video right now.
He's on the actual video.
All right, I'm gonna have to go to it so I can see the questions too. Now I'll be able to see it as they type in it, just like you, right?
Yeah, and you can invite people too.
All right, so let me go to that.
So, what was the process like for you right now, transitioning from the old station to the new one?
Well, it wasn't much of a transition because it's not a station. This is a studio.
Yeah.
Like one thing people don't know, which is it's kind of like a short window, because this studio that I have now, it wasn't to replace the station that we had. This was in addition. So for me, it was going to be another outlet for business. So we had the station, and this was going to be my thing with me and my company. We go do our recording, get our work done, our feature, whatever we got to do on that avenue. So it was going to be this here, this here. It just so happened once I got it, literally 3 days later, everything started going haywire over there. But people didn't know because I didn't put it to the public until a week later. So most people saw it after the station was closed. Meanwhile, the people that knew about it knew that it happened the previous.
So is there an actual official statement that the station is no more, or is it just like, okay, everyone was talking their shit? So
I mean, everyone was talking, but I mean, at the end of the day, my old partner, he put it out there that it was closed. So if somebody put out there that it's closed and all of the radio app is down, the social media is down, there's nothing active on it. I mean, at the end of the day, we're partners. So if I don't say that it's happening, it can't really be happening legally, right? So at the end of the day, if I don't know about it, it's not happening.
So now you bring, like, I thought we would be able to finagle it to a little later, but what happened, honestly?
Honestly, I mean, people who handle business right ways and wrong ways. People handle business the way they feel they see fit for themselves. Sometimes the way they see fit for themselves is being selfish. Sometimes the way they see fit is to help others. At the end of the day, you only can do what you think is good for you. So, long story short, somebody didn't handle business properly for the overall, and somebody tried to fix it.
See, there's a lot of speculation going right now. And even though we both know the story, and I could be petty right now and be like, okay, why did I really get kicked off before everyone else?
But I couldn't answer that anyway, so
I mean,
I don't know.
He doesn't know. He just don't want to say it. But there was a lot of speculation, especially from the first interview, that the other owner was not being fair to the other radio show personalities, as well as there was rumors about him taking money.
He wasn't being fair to them in what aspect?
He was hiding whatever conditions that might have been going on inside the station, as well as any issues or concerns that could stop the business flow of everyday life.
I mean, speculation is speculation, right? So who am I to say certain things happen? You know what I mean? Like, if he don't put it out there, why would I put it out there?
I mean, but it was put out there because there was a few personalities that used whatever he had said to other people as leverage for misconduct. Let's say misconduct, even blackmail.
Misconduct, as in the station, or
as in from sources, someone would go and say, well, if you didn't do this, I'll let them know that so-and-so was actually taking money from the station.
Oh, blackmail type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know that part was being done. And if I do know about it, I must have forgot about it, because that's foul. That's number one. That's foul. And number two, about, you mentioned the money being taken and stuff like that. If money was being taken, it got taken, right? Who's to show, like, who can prove that it was taken? Everything is speculation. So it's like, if I tell you somebody took something, but I can't prove to you that they took it, did they take it?
No.
Right. Now, if I tell you somebody took it and I can prove it, but I don't prove it, did they take it?
If you proved it, yeah.
But I'm saying, but if I don't prove it, did they take it?
No.
That's just how I look at it. So now, when you talk about the whole taking situation, people said people took stuff from both. People say I took stuff. People say he took stuff. But who can prove who took what? There's only one person who can actually prove. Well, there's 3 people who can prove who took what and how and when and all that other kind of stuff.
Well, who's the 3 people? If it's you, him, and who else?
The person who would be in communication with us, which would be like our old landlord and stuff like that.
Okay.
So those are only 3 people who can prove that. As far as conversation, as far as facts on like going in accounts and all that, only 2 people can prove that. And further conversations would go and show like, okay, if these 2 people can prove it, but then you go into their personal conversation, then this happens. You can see who did what. And there's no speculation, but nobody's gonna take the time to go through that. I'm not taking the time to go show nobody all of that. So it is what it is.
Was the station really divided as people said it was? So when I first asked, it was like, what's going on with the rumors that the station is divided between Rockview Entertainment and Voiceless Music? Was it actually an actual separation?
It was, but the separation is on whose perspective. Because to me, it wasn't a separation from my perspective because I like to work with everybody. So you'll see me do things where I try to include all shows, all personalities as much as possible. Was it done on the opposite foot? No, but that's their choice. I can't make people do what they don't want to do. I can suggest it. I can put my foot forward to do it. I can lead by example. But if you don't follow that example, then that's on you. But it was a division. It's just a matter of from whose perspective.
Okay. I don't know how much of it you can divulge to us, but floating around everywhere, there was something about a contract.
Can I comment?
Yeah.
Because I see Mike Luna. If I said that right, Mike Luna Hens. He says if you conduct an audit, you can find out if money was taken. To be quite honest, you're right about conducting an audit, but people like me have actual statements and files and all that stuff. So I know who took money and where it went. I'm just saying how I'm saying it because everybody else doesn't need to know, but I already know. So just put it like that.
So throughout this whole year, I've literally heard something about a contract and that your partner was the victim of this contract.
Okay.
What is the real story behind it? Because during the last week of everyone's shows, you seem to be the target of everyone's puns and jokes. And
I'm a good target. I'm not hard to miss. I wear a lot of red all the time, so I'm easy to be seen. Okay. I'm an easy target. I'm loud. I'm usually the one that's not afraid to say what I got to say. So when it comes to contracts and people who don't like them or do like them, you read contracts, right? Mm-hmm. If you have a level of education, you understand it. If you don't have a level of education, you go get somebody to read it for you that understands it and explains to you what it is. And my contracts are plain and simple. They're black and white, clear as day. You've seen some of my contracts.
Yeah, I think I have.
You actually, in that situation, what you're talking about, because I heard it after the fact, people speculating. People can speculate all they want, but when somebody has a choice to do something and change things, that's on them to change it. Now, if you don't like that they didn't change it, don't come bad mouth for me. Bad mouth them and to say why you didn't change it when you had an opportunity to change it. Especially when I did it. I had it whereas every time frame, my partner could have changed what he wanted to change. He just had to come and talk to me. You don't come and talk to me, that doesn't happen.
So why did he feel scared to come talk to you?
That's on him. That's a personal issue, to be quite honest. Because I'm not scared to talk to anybody. So if I'm not scared to talk to anybody and we're handling business as adults, why would you be scared to talk about something when it's a business situation, not personal? This is all business, black and white. The way we spoke about it to do it could be the way we speak about it to undo things or to fix things. So
where did the root all start? Because from what I understood, you guys were very good working together in the beginning.
I mean, my opinion. This is only opinion though. I don't know the fact. My opinion is it was good in the beginning because there wasn't so many ears. I mean, so many mouths in his ear. Mm-hmm. So once people start talking, if you don't know how to block them out, they can get in your head and mess up your mental. And I think that's what was happening. It was like, okay, well, you could do this. You don't need him to do this. Or why is he doing this? And da-da-da. So now it's like, all right, maybe you're right. Maybe he is the bad guy. But I'm like, okay, how am I the bad guy when I'm doing this to help you? If you go back to our interview a year ago, when I said how I got into it, it was to help him. It wasn't for me to do. It was to help. So if I'm helping and you're not helping to help you, at some point the help is going to stop helping.
So let's take it back now to the same week that we had a few days before we had the October 1st event. That's Thursday. You were hosting an event and the rumors already started that you had supposedly hacked into his account.
Oh, that's where we going? Katie, is Monday Night Rawrr, right? Welcome to the Rawrr Zone.
I mean, you told me I can ask.
Go ahead. You know me. Go ahead. Ask what you gonna ask.
I mean, how did you get the finger pointed at you?
I don't know. I'm gonna answer. I don't know how I got it pointed at me. So,
and what happened for it to circulate that quick? And how did it end up resolving?
Well, first and foremost, I don't know how it came to me because the 2 days that it was happening, I was at an event on a Wednesday. Then I was hosting an event the Thursday. In between that, I was with my kids. So all of that happening within that 24-hour period, I don't know. How it happened, how it spread so fast, people talk too much. They talk. So when they hear something that sounds juicy or whatever, or I'm running with it, or they might tell 50 million people, whoever they're telling, but it came to me from an outside source the next day, that Friday morning. So the people that told me, I'm just like, how do y'all know? Y'all not even part of the station. You know what I'm saying?
So it was all outside people out of the station. It was actually nobody from the station.
Well, that told me.
That spoke to you.
No, a few people spoke to me, but once it came to people that was outside of the station, that's when I knew it had to be dealt with.
So what did it end up being dealt with?
As adults. Anybody who knows me, shout out to my man Elijah Van Gogh. He knows me from around the way. He got dealt with as adults.
So we didn't take it to the streets?
We didn't take it to the streets, but it got dealt with as an adult.
So now whatever ended up happening?
WVMR is no more.
I mean, obviously, but if there's still leftover, is there debt? Does he still owe you? You know, is he ducking you?
Nah, ain't nobody ducking, and then nobody owe anything that's like not already taken care of. So from here, like anybody who's watching that might be rolling with old boy, he don't owe me nothing. Like at the end of the day, it is what it is, because when you do something with somebody, you have a choice to get in, you have a choice to get out. I could have gotten out before. I was helping. So at the end of the day, regardless of the outlook on it, like, oh, he might owe you or whatever, he don't owe me nothing because I chose to help. Nobody forced me to help. So he don't owe me nothing. And if he does owe me anything, me and him know what that is. He's not ducking me. I'm not ducking him.
So he's not scared for his life anymore?
I never said he was scared for his life to begin with.
The rumors, man. The rumors are
It's just a rumor. At the end of the day, I know how to reach him. You know how to reach me. I spoke to him recently.
How did that go?
I mean, it's A and B. It's like, you know, what you hit me up for. You tell me what you hit me up for, I'll respond. That's that. There's nothing else to talk about, really.
Okay. We're going to take a small little break, play one of your songs. We're still going to get back to this after.
No, that's cool.
But you want to introduce Haters on My Back?
All right, cool, yeah. Check it out right now. On the Rawrr Zone. This is Welcome to Rawrr Zone. That's the whole title we're running with now?
We're running with that because I really want to don't get sued by WWE.
All right, so boom. Right here, right now, the first S-Rock track on Welcome to Rawrr Zone with your host, KDK, your man S-Rock, Haters on My Back. Bow.
Woo, that's my track.
Yeah, I like that one too.
You know,
shout out to that guy.
He's pretty all right though.
Yeah, he cool with me.
Yo, shout out to Shites, the talk of the town. He just wrote you.
Shites was good, dog.
So you coming to the team too? You coming on this side, bro? You know, it's a pretty spacious studio, if I say so myself.
Yeah.
It's even got pillows on the walls.
Yeah, we make it work. We do what we have to do. It don't stop. Nobody's gonna make me stop what I'm doing. Like this train is not gonna stop.
Did he think you were gonna stop?
I don't know what they thought. Wait, who's the he?
The partner.
Oh, I don't know what he thought. I don't think he knows what he thinks sometimes. So it is what it is. Like I don't hold no bad blood to him. So it's like whatever.
So what was it like working in that type of atmosphere with him?
I mean, I don't get bothered too much. So at the end of the day, it's just like I take it with a grain of salt. I work with people with different personalities from me before, when it was difficult, when it was easy. And he's not hard to work with. The only time he was hard to work with is when other people get in his ear that don't know what they're talking about, or they think they know what they're talking about, or what it should be. And it's like you only know from the part that he tells you, or the part that you see from him. You're not there in the inside to say your opinion the right way. So that was the only time it became hard. And then towards the end, it got a little bit way more difficult than it should have been, because I felt me coming out of me. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to be where it's not business now. I'm about to be like outside. So once that happened is when I got the studio, because I'm like, well, I can go there to handle my business, but I don't got to go there and be around them. I could just say, you know what, I'm handling my business here, do what I got to do. When I'm ready to go do my own thing, I got my studio over here. That's what that was supposed to have been. Like I said earlier, I got the studio, then the exact next week, maybe 3-4 days later, is when all of that started happening. So I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. I got a backup. It wasn't supposed to be a backup. It was supposed to have been a parallel thing. Like, have this. Just don't work next to him like that, because then I'm going to end up being somebody else to him. And I don't think he wanted that.
So, once again, more speculation that he was trying, everything he was trying to do, he was trying to emulate you. So from events to management, do you feel like he was actually trying to copy you?
On the events, I wouldn't say he tried to copy me, because I was helping him. So it was like, okay.
To an extent.
In the beginning, I was helping. When we first started working together at the station, when he was doing events right before we did the station, he was doing events and they weren't as successful as he wanted them to be. So I was like, well, look, I always do events. If you want to get down and work together like that, make you some ends, whatever, let's do that. So he tried it. He didn't like it. All right, cool. So then he was doing his own events, but I was behind him saying, okay, this is how you should do this. This is how you should do that. And these type of deals you should make, whatever. So it was all good then, because we was working, in cohesion. And then, I don't know, somewhere along the lines, some people start talking to him. This is my assumption. I think people start talking to him. And then it's like, okay, you want to do your own thing? I don't have a problem with that, but it's how you do your own thing. Don't do your own thing and then say, fuck you, after you help me.
Is that when you said enough is enough?
Nah, I didn't say enough is enough until my bread started getting messed up, because I could deal with anything when it comes to that, but don't mess with my money. And at that point, when you start messing with my money, is when it's like, okay, you taking it from business to some other type of business, and you don't want that type of business. So let me remove myself before you let me take it there. And that's what I was doing towards the end. Just remove myself.
How long before the end this was actually happening?
What, that I was like
fuck this.
It wasn't that long. Maybe a couple of weeks. It was literally one Friday, and then the Wednesday after that, then the next Friday right after that Wednesday, that Saturday I got the studio, because those 2 Fridays I kind of like blacked out on them, and that's a little close. What are you doing with this? You trying to take a picture here?
Promotions.
Oh, it's video.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Video's fine, but it's still too close. It's weird,
I know.
It was a time frame of one Friday, I kind of blacked. Wednesday we had a discussion. Then Friday got a little bit more ugly. Then Saturday I say, nah, I need to go.
Was that the Friday that I told you I got kicked off?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Because there was 2 Fridays you got really heated.
Right. It was 2 Fridays that got heated, and the third Friday I didn't even get that mad. I just went to go ahead. So it was the Friday when you told me you got kicked off.
Yeah.
That was the one where it was ugly, ugly. Saturday morning I woke up and I got this studio. This was before it was closing that I knew. I thought he just kicked you off. I didn't even know he kicked you off when I blacked him because I didn't see your message until after. So when that happened, I woke up Saturday, got my own space. Saturday happened. Sunday, Monday, I saw the show starting to put up farewell episodes. Then I see more on Tuesday. Then I see more on Wednesday. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. You didn't even speak to me about like, what are we doing here? I thought, we had such going on. When that happened on Wednesday, I went to an event that night. The next day, I was hosting an event. Then that's when I heard about the hacking.
Yeah.
So then the following Friday is when it was like, all right, you really trying to play these games? I wasn't even mad to black. It was either one of two things was gonna happen, and one of them happened. So,
Shice wrote, "What kind of business? Tell it all. We were all left in the dark." He wrote, "Damn son, really giving the tea. LOL. I'm sitting here like," and then put all those eyes, and then I guess who people got kicked off. Yeah, I was the first to go.
I mean, let's be clear. Like, if people who've been tuning in from the beginning, I'm not trying to bash this man, so don't take it as I'm trying to bash it. Well, you can take it how you want to take it. I don't care how you take it. I'm just saying I'm not here to bash him. I'm answering the questions that's being asked, and so at the end of the day, I'm not going to say nothing crazy. That's just not my style. So I give you the facts. The fact is certain things that can be said, I'll say. Certain things that shouldn't be said or can't be said, I won't say.
So. Did he ever actually respond back to you to any of this though?
Was respond back to me?
Like, you're very confrontational. You're very...
Stop telling people I'm confrontational.
No, not confrontational. You're very aggressive in your approach.
Okay.
That's a better word.
I'm just direct.
Extremely.
That's all. I'm just direct.
But did he actually stand up for himself towards you?
What? The last
two situations, yes.
I mean, the very last one, he had to speak his piece. All I wanted was an answer. That's all I wanted was an answer. He ended up giving me the answer, and that's what it was. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, you gave me that answer. All right. But before that, it was just like a one-sided thing. I'm saying what I'm saying, and it's like talking to a child almost. This is like, they're not responding, and when they do, it's kind of like not a real response. And then it's like, yo, dog, like I'm speaking to you, like I need answers.
Call me then. I was getting blamed for this.
I mean, because your name got thrown in. I mean, other people's names got thrown in it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, my situation was with my partner, or what I thought was a partner, right? So that was my situation. Anybody else behind that, I just needed to know, where did the root come? Where did it start from? That's all I needed to know. And then once I finally got to the bottom of that, I said, okay, now I wash my hands with it. Now I know what I need to know. I'm good. I'm done. So it's only one of two ways to go from there. And we were one of those ways.
So now completely split. Nothing else left. What's happening now with the rest of the shows that been affected by all this?
I mean, at the end of the day, I seen some going to different stations. I seen some doing their own thing. And at the end of the day, people are going to do what they have to do for themselves. So I have open arms for whoever want to work. Like I told you, to other shows, whatever. Like, as long as it doesn't conflict what I have going on, I'm still down to help people because I believe in a team effort. I feel like if you got something going on and we doing it together, then let's do it together. It's not, oh, this show on this day don't know this show, and then that's high school shit. If we doing business, let's do business the right way. If we're running a business, a company, things of that nature, it only works if you work together. Nothing works individually. And that's why that split happened. That's why the station went the way it went, because everybody was individual based. Not everybody, a good portion.
Like, do you think there was any... I know you felt remorse for some of the people that lost their show, and because not everyone was Rockview and not everyone was voiceless, and a lot of people got caught in that crossfire where if they weren't one or the other, they got ignored.
Well, to be quite frank, you know what I mean? I got to be as direct as possible. I didn't feel remorse for them for the main reason I felt remorse for them was because they had nothing to do with what happened. Yeah. And I felt like what was going on was some sucker shit. And they got the short end of the stick on some sucker shit. And I don't like sucker shit. So I had to go deal with the sucker that was, And that's what that was. So I did feel bad for them because I'm like, yo, they had nothing to do with this. You're not even telling nobody what's going on. You leaving them in the dark. Like, why can't you tell them? I told who I told because they needed to know. But if I don't speak to these other ones and you speak to them all the time, you let them think it's all good, whatever. Tell them the real story because now at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, they all pointing a finger, looking at me. Like I got something to do with that. When you was the reason certain things was happening, but they didn't know that because you only gonna tell one side of the story.
Someone wants to know if they can call in.
Now we're not doing call-ins yet. We're not doing. So you got if you just message up, you join up there on the thing. We're gonna do that. We're not taking call-ins yet.
Okay.
We're still fresh.
So we're gonna go to another one of your tracks really quick. You know, the fan favorite, "Do Your Money Dance."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that song.
You like it?
Yeah.
The guy's alright.
Yeah.
So let's go. Ray Fame, go the fuck home, bro. Go cop a Henny and a Newport and go home.
I answer his question. Does it look like it? That's all he got. That's all he did. If it looked like it, then if it looked like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. Simple as that. But we had a question from
Bianca.
That was Bianca?
Yeah, it was Bianca.
All right. Where's that?
She wrote, because it's like how we find out right before it's a wrap. I was confused about the whole thing, so I definitely have questions.
Bianca, you want to call in, or was that the question you want? Because I'll answer whatever question you have. I'll answer. You know, I don't mind.
Well, V said she was gonna wait till the music was done playing, so I'm just waiting for her to actually call in.
Oh, so she's gonna call with the actual question.
She's gonna call on my phone. Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone has that question because.
I answer whatever. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to put it because everybody like I heard a lot of speculations. I heard a lot of questions, and I'm like, yo, I'm the one that talked the least. But at the end of the day, something needs to be said. So I don't mind saying it because when it all boils down to it, there's receipts for everything. You know what I mean? You can if you can back your statements up, then you can speak about it, right? I know I can back anything I'm talking about. I can back it up, regardless of if you want to see something or whatever. There's receipts for everything I talk about, so I don't mind answering it. So if she wanna call in or type the question, we could do it like that.
Just waiting.
But I know she was confused, so I could address the part where she said she was confused about how they didn't know until right before because somebody had asked me, you know, they was upset. They didn't ask me; they told me they was upset because they didn't find out that it was closed until the day after it closed. So you know, me, like I said, I spoke to those that I saw and said what I needed to say. But when I was speaking to people, it was before we knew it was closing. It was like, okay, I'm not going to do certain things.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like we shutting down. I found out watching Miko show that it was closing because he was the first show that I saw that had a farewell show. And then Blackout.
And then Katie was eating McDonald's and
all right. That's how I knew. And the funny part is, when I saw that, I was coming to get the keys for here. Because remember, I wasn't intended on the station closing.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be in the station. It's one thing. This is another thing.
Yo, damn, we're popular tonight too.
So that's cool. I like being popular. Apparently, I've been popular in a bad way. So let's clear all this air up right now. It is what it is. But as far as people being confused, it was just the confusion came from people not being told what they should have been told when they needed to be told.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I said that people need to be told you can't leave these people in the dark because it's 20-something shows. They have to understand what's going on. Like, you have to tell these people. It's not my place to tell them because you're the one in charge. Remember, I was the partner assisting him, helping him. So my part of the help was, yo, dog, you need to tell them what's going on. He just didn't. So I'm like, okay, if you're not telling people, I'm not going to let the ones that I see, I'm not going to sit in front of your face, engineer your show, knowing that you need to be told something, and I'm not going to tell you. Now, I told who I do. I didn't see Bianca. She was on Thursdays and Fridays. Was it Friday? Thursdays. Thursday and Monday. I wasn't there Thursdays and Mondays. But at the end of the day, I'm like, the person that you're there with needs to speak up and need to tell you what's happening because it wasn't nothing that couldn't have been fixed. The issue that it became, it wasn't the real issue. The real issue was the building was being sold. None of this was an issue. That was the genuine reason was the building was being sold. We didn't have a place to go at that last minute like that fast. That was the truth.
So how did then how did the fingers get pointed toward you with the bad guy?
That's why I had the problem. Because I'm like, yo, dog, why didn't you just tell people the truth? The building being sold, and we don't have nowhere to go right now. And then I found places to go. I found one place to go that he couldn't go, right? Because he told me he didn't want to do radio no more. So I said, all right, I'll do it. Get your head right, whatever. You want to get back in the game. Boom. Then he told me he wanted to do it. I found another spot that we can go to where we just have to wear headphones to keep the sound to a certain level. It was immediate transition, so nothing would have changed besides the location. Right? When that messed up, remember those? I said that Friday, that Wednesday, that Friday?
Yeah.
That's what I went to speak about. Those times. I went to speak about the locations. So all the stuff that came up.
So V Road, so why did we find out? What he's trying to say is he knew the entire time, he chose not to tell you guys. Is that what you're saying?
Right, because okay, the way it was happening was when the landlord told the tenants that's on the lease what was going on, I was trying to have a meeting with him. So I'm like, look, I need to meet with you. This is like 2-3 weeks. I'm like, yo, we need to have a meeting. I don't want to do this phone thing. We got to meet in person. So when I finally got to meet with him in person, he was telling me already what I was trying to tell him. But then when he was telling me that, I'm like, wait, but who told you this though? Because we wasn't even supposed to reveal this information, and it's not a definite yet. Right now it's a maybe. So he told me who told him or whatever. And I'm like, but why are they spreading this around? Because it's not a definite. You understand what I'm saying? Because initially we wasn't supposed to be out until December. And then when things started happening the way it happened, the times came closer and closer, and it never got that close. It wasn't never September or none of that. So I'm like, okay, even now, like when it all breaks down to it, it closed prematurely because we didn't have to be out until November 1st. So why was it closed so early? And I didn't even know we was closing. Like I said, I knew that we had to move, so I'm letting it be known, like, yo, dog, they need to know what's going on. As far as the station closing, I didn't know until I saw Miko show that we was closing.
So you were not involved in the actual closing of the station?
No, I found out watching Facebook. I was watching Facebook. Well, I was driving and I had the Facebook on, and
don't Facebook and drive, guys.
Yeah, don't Facebook and drive. So I was watching Miko's show because I watched the show just kind of on BD on a weekday. I watch and listen to the shows sometimes. So I'm listening, and then when I had stopped to get gas, I looked at the video and they had the writing, the farewell show, and I'm like, whoa, wait, farewell show? Like, what you mean farewell show? So I thought maybe it was just him. Then I saw a Blackout show say a farewell episode. I'm like, yo, wait, we closing the station. Hold the fuck on. When am I gonna find out? I said, and so I'm like, when am I gonna find out? So I waited for him to tell me when he was gonna tell me. Tuesday came, he didn't tell me. Wednesday came, he didn't tell me. Thursday came, he didn't tell me. But by Thursday, I'm already being blamed for hacking accounts. So I'm like, yo, wait, how am I gonna hack an account that I made? How am I gonna hack an account that I'm the only one that has access to? How am I gonna hack it? It's mine. I made it for the station. Why? Because the previous one got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why the previous one got fucked up, me and him know why.
But he said that you hacked into the money that whatever account that had access to Voices Palooza.
First of all, Voices Palooza has nothing to do with WVMR. That's a Voices music thing. So whatever go on with that account, that's on him. I don't know nothing about that. I was only responsible for WVMR. That was it. When all of y'all had y'all, remember at a time frame when you had to send it to different accounts? Y'all sent it to a different account because I changed it. So that way the bullshit that happened before couldn't happen again because I was the only one with access to the money to make sure everything was paid properly. So that's what that was. As far as that Voices Palooza thing, I had nothing to do with that. I wasn't even going. So if I'm not going, and furthermore, why would I do something to fuck up an event that has artists in it? I'm an artist. Why would I do something to hurt artists that's in the same boat that I'm in? You know what I'm saying? I have artists that work with me. Why would I jeopardize that? I do events. I know how important the money is for. Like I do events on a regular basis. Why would I go fuck up the money that caused for your event to happen? An event that you're making that big. I didn't say nothing bad about it. I didn't do nothing bad to your stuff. So what makes you think that I would actually go and hack an account for that and then allow people to think that? No, that's not my character. Anybody who knows me knows what the fuck I'm stealing for. Like I've been doing what I've been doing since 2014 without a 9-to-5 job. I ain't still nothing since then. Why would I start now?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And you made a face. What's going on?
It's fame.
Does my studio have an auto tune? What the hell? What? Fame? Really, man?
That's your boy.
Yeah, somebody go get him. Like she said, go to bed, dog. You talk about some auto tune.
Yo, get a dog. Get a dog, bro.
But that's what it really was. And like, I don't mind answering the questions again. Like I said, it's not about bashing nobody. It's about clearing the air, because all this time, the fingers have been pointing to me. Like I'm doing something wrong, right? But if I'm finding out, like I said, I found out on Facebook that the station was closing. There's a show in particular that I know directly. They didn't find out the station was closing to the day after it closed. That's when they got the email.
The weekend shows?
No, it was I don't know if it was multiple shows. I know it was one shows. Right. She's right. We could have said about the station closing, but I didn't know the station was closing. I found out on Facebook that it was closing.
The way he's trying to say, Bianca, is that the other partner is the one that closed the station without him. So he found out about the station closing on social media.
Right. Because my intent was just to switch locations. I found locations to go to. It wasn't nothing about me. And from my perspective, we weren't closing.
He wanted to keep the station going. He found different ways to do it. The other partner chose whatever his excuse was, chose not to do it.
Right. For whatever reason. I don't know the reason. Actually, because like I said, I found out when I watched Monday shows. That's how I found out. I watched Miko show, then I watched Blackout show. Both of them had farewell shows. You had your show canceled. So I just put two and two together because I'm not stupid. So I'm like, okay, when is he going to tell me that we're closing the station? He never told me. He told me out of his own mouth. Well, he didn't even tell me. That Friday when I addressed him about the whole accusations and all of that, I said, so why you didn't tell me we was closing? Why I had to find out on Facebook that we closing the station? Like, what's going on? I had to approach him about that because I didn't even know we was closing. To my knowledge, we were still keeping it open. We were just going to relocate. That's all it was, a relocation thing. It was nothing about anything else. Anything that it transpired to or whatever people questioning or all of that stuff, that was never any of the issues. It was literally, we were just going to relocate. That was it.
Okay. V, do you have any more questions?
And I understand why it's confusing her, because she didn't know until the last minute that it was closing. But you gotta understand, I understand how they feel, but not find out to the last minute. But then think about how I would feel as a partner, not knowing we closing until after it's on air in the public. Like I said, I found it on Facebook. Nobody told me directly.
So how did you honestly react though when you found out? Oh, she says when you first found out. But if I could chime in, how could he have just sent a message if his partner wasn't even on the same page?
Right, he wasn't in compliance with me. Like, so it was my suggestion was to relocate. I kept finding spots. He was the one up and down. So I was like, we had to agree on what we telling people. So if I have one idea going on and then we leave that conversation, but he has another idea going on that I don't know. Like I didn't know that he was gonna close it. I thought it was going to be like, all right, he'll find another spot, because the last conversation we had about location, I said, look, I'm not looking for another spot because I found two. You dubbing them, you playing around, whatever. You find a spot because I'm not looking for a spot now. He said, okay, right? That was the last time we spoke about a new location, when he said, okay. Then I found out that it's on Facebook, it's closing. So I was like, yo, why you didn't tell me whatever? Once he told me, he said he couldn't find a spot. So I'm like, yo, it's not about finding a spot, but you didn't even tell me. Like, how are we going to delegate these things? We didn't have to leave right now. We can let people know what's going on. Let me see what she's talking about.
Because it's not only about his partner not being
right. No, I get it. We was reading, for those who don't know. We was reading the question. It's not about. I see what you're saying. Is about. Oh, she wants to switch you to text the phone.
Text me. I don't have your number. That's why I told you to call me. Hold on.
And yeah, because I'd rather for her to call, because me reading it, I think I'm understanding her. And to my knowledge of what she's saying, my response is like an email couldn't be out because there was no definitive answer. Like there was no definitive thing to say. If I'm answering you right. Because my thing was we're moving, and I guess apparently his thing was we're closing. So it's like being that he was the one sending the emails, we have to agree on the final words, like we always did with everything else. But we never agreed on anything. I just saw that we was closing, and like I said, we didn't have to close then. We didn't have to leave until November. November 1st was we had been out.
That's actually a good question. So Ray Fame goes and writes, what if this all happened because he did not have money to relocate and he felt this was the best way to go about it?
That would have been fine, but tell me. You know what I mean? If that's how you feel, then tell me. Because my whole thing is, I understand like WVMR is his baby. That's his thing. So I get that you don't want somebody else taking over for you, whatever. But I had my own money. So when we was relocating, I had money. I was like, yo, I'll put the bread so we can go relocate. He just didn't want me to do that because he told me towards the end he didn't want me to try to save the station because it was been a number of times that I did that. That's your ringtone?
Don't judge me.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, this is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm like, all right, if whenever y'all both found out that the building was being sold, whether y'all had a plan, didn't have a plan, whether y'all knew if y'all was gonna relocate or not, it's like y'all didn't even think about telling us, the people that's what basically working there. Like, you know, like we have shows too, so it was like it was a thought in us, like, because I just felt like y'all just left us hanging. Like y'all told who y'all wanted to tell. Like I got told last minute. That was crazy. So it was just like, damn, now I gotta look for a new station. I mean, it's not that hard, but still, my show is new, so that put me in a crazy situation.
She got a point.
No, she's right. We addressed it. I don't know when she started tuning in, but I addressed it. I'm like, yo, once we found out what was going on, and I said, look, because normally all the emails that everybody get, he sends them. We agree on them, then he send them, right? So I'm like, okay. I said, look, this was going on. We got to start letting these shows know something. We can't just leave them in the dark because at the end of the day, this is 20-something shows that we have on the station, right? This is not just Rockview or Voices Music. There's 20-something other entities that's a part of this. You can't leave them in the dark. You got to let them know something. So he was like, but what do I tell him? I said, tell him the truth. Like, just tell him the building being sold. That was my whole thing. Tell him the truth.
Yeah, like just right. And then, I mean, even if we had to figure it out, y'all had to figure it out, whatever the case might be, at least we would have had time.
Right. No, I completely understand what you're saying because that's what me and Katie addressed before when she asked me about it. Because I did feel bad because I'm like, yo, dog, I was telling them, yo, tell the shows, whatever. So when I saw that it was coming to a point where he might not be saying nothing, and then me and him had differences, I told the shows that I was dealing with that I wasn't going to be engineering. I still didn't even know the station was closing. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to be engineering. Like, we're gonna get a replacement on the weekend or something because me and him ain't clicking right now. And I'd rather not be in here. That's when I end up getting my own studio. But it wasn't like I knew we was closing. Like I said, to my knowledge, we were just going to shift, but we didn't come to an agreeing shit. And he still didn't even say what he wanted to say to anybody. He didn't tell me to after it was done that he just said what he said when he said because he didn't have no other option. But I was like, there was an option in the beginning when it first happened. I said, say something to them because maybe we could have band together. We could have did like we all do events. We all know ways of how to maneuver in the business. So it's not like it would have been just a one-man show. Like we all could have done things because that was back in August, right? We didn't have to leave until December at that time. That's about 4 months of let's figure this shit out, right? Amongst 22 brands, the 20 let's just say 20 shows plus hour two. That's 22 different avenues of brain power, right? Some of the shows have multiple hosts, multiple people that's behind them. So at any given time, there's 50 people revolving around WVMR. There's no reason why only certain people should have been asked for help. There's no reason why certain people should have been told certain things. There's no reason why people shouldn't have been told things. When I'm, as your partner, is telling you to tell people. Like all the emails was never sent from me because I never had the final say. So we already agreed that all the emails would come from him. That was the agreement that me and him had. They all come from him.
Right. Then I was under the impression like, oh, it's not closing until December. Then it was like, oh no, well, it's closing November. Oh well, it's not closing November because niggas is not giving him the rent, the landlord the rent. And I'm like, what? Like it was just like so much. And I'm just like, all right, like And I just felt like I didn't know what was going on. But every time I would ask John a question, regardless, before this even happened, like it was always, well, Rock, like you make the answers, like you have the final say so. Like at the end of the day, so it would be like, all right, well, this must be coming from you.
Nah. Well, hold on 1 second, Bianca. Shice, what we knew in August that the building might be sold in December. That it was just speculation from the landlord at that point. It wasn't a definite. So we didn't know the definites until about September that was definitely being sold. In August, it was just a maybe.
And Fame still go home.
And so what she's saying is like, as far as that goes, I never had the final say on, and this ain't the first time I heard somebody say that to me. I never had the final say.
Well, that's what he made. Like, well, that's what I was under the impression. Like, it was like anytime I asked about anything with the station, oh well, you know, like, can we maybe try to syndicate with this, or can we maybe try to do this, or it would be like, all right, well, I'm gonna bring it up to Rock. Well, Rock said no, he's not interested in that. No, well, can we do 5 shows? Can we? No, Rock's not interested. They would just be always like, you're not interested in this, you're not interested in that. So it was just like, okay, like.
The only wait. The only time the only time Rock ever said he was not interested in something is when I brought up the idea of having a 6-hour show with everyone on a Monday again.
Right, but that was because y'all too wild. But what she's talking about, like whenever something comes up, now I don't know all that comes up. I don't know what gets brought to me. But me and him sit down, we speak about it. And then I give him my opinion. And then I say, well, what do you think? And he be like, yeah, that sound good or that sound bad or whatever. Then we go from there. I don't never make the final call. I've never made a final call. That wasn't my power to do that. He had the final say of any decision that was made, like any shows that were canceled, any decision that was made about events for WVMR. He had the final say whether it was good to go. Like, yeah, I brought the ideas up. I gave my opinion on what was brought to me, but I never had the final say on none of that shit.
Oh, well, see, I wasn't under that impression.
And I'm saying this on live on air, so anybody else who think that same thing, I'm telling you, I didn't have the final say on. The only thing I had the final say on was when WVMR did events, which was like the when we did Henny Given Saturdays, when we did WVM Party, any WVMR event that I put together, I had the final say on that because that was in our agreement that I can do that without him because I knew about doing events. That was the only thing that I had the final say on, any event that I put together that had WVMR name on it. Anything outside of that, we had to agree on it. And once we agreed on it, he had the final say whether he wanted to go with it or not.
Right. See, I didn't know that. That's why I was just like, this whole shit is confusing because I'm like, everything is like, well, Rock, like you said, basically, like, oh, well, you said, and that's the answer because you said, because basically, like, you know.
Yeah, no, that's so far from the truth. Like I said, if something came to me.
I mean, I never even heard that you took his money. I just heard that he just said that he had got hacked. Like, I didn't never hear him say out of his mouth that.
No, he told me out of his own mouth where it stemmed from, and like we dealt with it, but yeah, other people came to me about that. That's a different situation. But as far as what you talking about, yeah, I never had the final say on anything. Only thing I had the final say on was those events or something that he may have told me, like, yo, Rock, this is all you, like, you take care of that. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll go do it. But other than that, nah, I didn't have the final say on stuff that was brought to him about the station. He had the final say. I just had my input.
Right. See, it would have just, I don't know. I mean, we live and we learn, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And we live and we learn, but I just wish that it could have been like a little bit more different, even just with communication. That's it. Just across the board communication, because it was just like, I just felt like it was selfless. Like, damn, like, nobody did not think about the other stations that was here.
That's what I was talking about. Right. No, you're right. And like I said, when you made the comment on the chat, it's like, I know how y'all feel about not knowing to the last minute, and some of y'all didn't even know until after it was already done. But me as a partner, I didn't even know until I watched on Facebook.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I did not, even when I came to the station to do my show, I did not know. I mean, I was already saying, like, oh, that's my last show, because me and Miko's show was the last show that Monday. So, of course, when I came on Thursday, I'm like, all right, this is my last show. But I didn't even know that was supposed to be our last show till I came in that day. Because I was under the impression that the station wasn't closed until November, December.
Right, that's what it was, and then when it was open till November, December, because we had to be out. The thing was, if the building got sold, we had to be out by December 1st. But initially, it wasn't a definite. When it became a definite that it was going to be sold, which was in September, and that was actually a few weeks before all this happened.
Right.
I started looking for spots. So when I started, I found 2 spots, and basically, he wasn't rocking with it. So I'm like, all right, well, look, I found 2. You ain't rocking with them. Like, what you want to do? You got to find some spots now. When so I told him I wasn't looking no more.
Right, see, and that's what I'm saying. He didn't even make it seem like to us, well, at least not to me, that he wasn't interested in doing this no more.
Oh.
Like, so it's like me hearing that come from you is like, okay, like, damn, like, because at first he was telling me like, oh, I'm trying to find a spot. So it's like hearing you say something different is like, oh, you offering them spots, and he's turning them down. It's like, damn, like, this is like, people just need to man up, and that's it. It is what it is. I'd rather, all right, the building was being sold. There's nothing you could do about that.
Right, and that was the word that came out of my mouth when we had our last disagreement. Just, be a man, speak up, because at the end of the day, it's unfair. Because all these people, they entrusting in this brand that we building, but you can't even give them the respect to say what may or may not be going on. Like, at least do that. So now, if I find spots and then you shutting them down, or you not complying to do things the right way, all right, so you find a spot. So when I told him that he had to find a spot, that was on Wednesday. That Monday is when I found out the station was closing, because he didn't take the time to find a spot. So that's what, 5 days? So I'm like, dude, find a spot. Since you don't want to go where I'm talking about, you find a spot. 5 days later, I found out on Facebook that it was closing.
All right, that's crazy. Well, all right, let me leave y'all to our show. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Baby, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm still tune in and watch, so.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Right.
Bye, V.
Later.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you, Slice. I'm reading your comment just now. I agree with you. That's foul. All the way foul.
Sorry. But no, and I do feel bad for everyone that's been in the same situation with me. Especially there's people that've been there as long as I have. I've been there almost 2 years. Yeah,
you was there like just after the beginning. So like if the beginning was day 1, you was there like day 3, something like that.
I came in November of 2016.
Right. We opened the doors July 6th, 2016.
That's scary. That's like literally 3 months, because I came November 6th, 2016.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, that was the date, July 6th. That's when we opened up. We had the first official show that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm technically one of the originals. Wow.
Yeah, technically.
That's weird as fuck. But we're going to take another song break. You want to introduce this one?
Which one?
Your favorite.
Oh, Perfect Timing, right? This is a real one. So, all right, so look, check it out right here on Monday Night Rawrr, a.k.a. what is it? Welcome to Rawrr Zone. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. S-Rock, Real Ones. Check it out.
So we're back.
Yeah, I like that. I'm performing that tomorrow.
Same. For the love of God. You want to say the word, or I say the word?
You can say it. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Hell no, you can't interview Rock.
I don't do interviews, but he want to come. He want to come to the motherfucker. You can come to the studio. You can interview me. I think I'm gonna start doing that. Somebody want to interview me, they got to come here. If they don't come here, I'll probably
pay you a bottle of Henny.
A bottle of Henny. I guess if that's on your rider, then give me a bottle of Henny. But not the regular Hennessy though. Now I'm upgraded. I need the
VSOP.
Nah, the Master's Collection.
Ooh,
that's fancy right there. That's fancy right there.
And good. And you gotta pay him $150 per hour.
What the hell? For the interview. Shit, whatever she's saying. I'm working with this. $150 bottle Master Collection. Shit, I'm with it.
Except me though, because apparently part 3 gonna be next year again.
Yeah, like I think you was the last interview I did.
Listen, we did it December 2017.
So I don't do interviews. Like the interviews be
October 2018.
I need something to talk about.
November 2019. Watch.
I need something to talk about. Here. And coincidentally, we have something to talk about. So, whatever.
So, there's been a lot of changes, too, for Rockview. Since we only got like half an hour left.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
You've added on people.
Mm-hmm.
You've had motherfucker. Sorry. Are you trying to start a party right here?
Just continue. He's on another wave.
So you've removed people and you've added new people. What caused the sudden change in the roster?
Just the way I see business going. So like if it doesn't match where it's going and we attempt to fix it and it still don't get fixed, then it got to get taken out. You know what I mean? It's just simple as that. Just pretty much that's all it was. Something that was going in one direction and you're not keeping up or not complying with the way things should be going, and you're not doing your part or whatever, then you got to go. Those who've been doing.
Is that the answer to why Fam wants me to ask you what happened with Lucius?
I don't forget what song he talking about, but I'm still down. I mean, Lucius is just. I felt like Lucius just wasn't. He wasn't prepared for what I would have him do, I guess, because like regardless of what people may think or see within the underground circuit, like people in Rockview, we work. Like I always put it, don't stop. Shout out to my man Elijah Van Gogh. Like he put up there too a minute ago. I always put it, don't stop. Like I literally live by that. I'm always the next move. Like I said, when I got this studio, it wasn't because WVMR was closing. It was because I wanted something else to do. So I had the station. I was gonna have the studio. My next venture was gonna be something else. So it's never like, let me do one thing at a time. It's like, yo, let's go get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started putting out the grind page shirts. I brought them back out, actually, the grind page shirts that I had before.
So does Katie finally get a grind page shirt or a rock?
Yeah, what size you wear?
Extra large.
All right, I get you extra large. I can't get you one right now because Chris took the last extra large yesterday, but
fucking asshole.
But I'm gonna have to order you an extra large.
He's still an asshole.
Yeah. He literally took it last night before he went to the colony.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But so yeah, mentioning Chris, you brought DJ C Murder to your roster.
Yeah.
So what brought that about?
He did really. He just fit. You know what I mean? He fit what we was doing. The personality matched, and he wanted to be down. So when he wanted to be down, his actions showed that, and I saw that it was a good fit for what we was doing. I'm like, all right, let's go. And he been rocking ever since. There was no questions after that.
I think Fame goes and writes Fame need an L.
I don't know. Fame is just bored. I don't know. Shout out to Jay Reed on the check-in.
And it's true, White Henny is harder to get than a Masters.
Facts.
So and Taina came back.
Yeah, she came back kicking, boy.
What happened?
She came back kicking. Came back with dances and new music and all that. Like
she came in with those dances on October 1st.
She came in on a wave.
Oh.
Yeah, she came in ready, boy.
So how long it took to prepare for her comeback after?
I think she was preparing the whole time she was out, because when she the first event she came back, it was supposed to have been a surprise, but then the surprise couldn't happen, so she ended up performing somewhere by herself. But then, like the next event that she was scheduled to be on, she had dances in the whole night. I'm like, okay, I know you told me you was gonna work on this part and all that, but you came back kicking. All right, then she, the new music she's sending me is good. So I'm like, all right, when everybody hear the new stuff, they gonna.
Is it gonna be covered or is this gonna be original?
Original new shit. Like that's why I'm just happy that me and Just are able to do what we doing musically for the audience, to hold it down so people don't even realize, like, oh shit, like she ain't been rocking like that. Like she had songs that we've been performing or put in the mixes and all of that, but you ain't really able to tell that she's not in the mix.
Yeah.
But now that she's in the mix, it's like, wait a minute, where the hell you been at? But now when she's there, she came back. It's going. So I like that.
I do have one of her songs on cue though, because we can't forget about Taina.
Perfect timing, right?
Right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like people don't really tell, because she's always in the mix somehow. Somehow she's always in the mix. So
shout out to Taina, kicking ass and
everything. She's performing tomorrow too.
Where she's performing at where?
Blackthorn 51, Passion for Fashion 2. Shout out to Ray Beauty. She over there. Matter of fact, she at rehearsal right now. Ray at rehearsal with the models. Me, Just, Taina, we performing tomorrow. It's gonna be a good show.
Thank you for skipping rehearsal to hang out with me today.
I don't go to the model rehearsal. That's their thing. Ray did with the models. She knows I'm not that one. I'll set the business up. Go ahead. They go to rehearsal space. They go, what I gotta do. Boom. Ray, let me know how it go. I'll come at the end when I make sure everything is done. I'm not sitting through all that. No, she got it. She good. That's what she good at.
So we're gonna play that No Players Joint for our favorite Rockview Princess Taina. The whole shebang from October 1st with
or maybe they pop up tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah, I don't got no singing voice, my bad.
That's all good. That's what she there for. Let her do the singing.
Yeah, let her do the singing. I'll just do the interviews.
Facts.
So you mentioned something a few minutes ago about you and Just being like the forefront right now, putting the music together, and entertaining the masses. Now, what's gonna happen? As you're doing all of these events and everything, are you gonna step back from music and let everyone else do this thing again? Also, something you mentioned in our last interview.
No, right now, no. Only because I have so much planned. Like initially, that's my thing. Like just fall back, let them do it. I'd rather handle the business. That's what happened between 2015 and 2017. Mm-hmm. I was just like, yo, they can do that, but I wasn't seeing and feeling the responses that I wanted. So my whole thing is, if I don't see or hear what I want to see or what I want to hear, then I'm gonna go ahead and make it my business to go ahead and do that, so I can get and receive what I'm expecting. So that's what I did when I started making when I did Do Your Money Dance and Real Ones and More Than Your Best Friend. Those was just like, Do Your Money Dance. I just want to do one song to get attention. Get the attention. All right, yo, just do your thing. But people started asking me for more. So I'm like, all right, I got 2 more in me. Did Real Ones and More Than Your Best Friend. But then I started feeling creative. I'm like, all right, now juices are flowing now. That's what I didn't want to happen. Then I started doing more stuff. That's how I started doing the Color Code series. So now that I'm doing the Color Code series, I can't just stop. So now it's about dates and when we're going to put certain things out, because we're going to keep hitting people. It's not like you're going to see us today and not tomorrow. You're going to keep seeing us just in rotation.
So what's the Color Code series and where are the colors?
Well, the Color Code series is like to my research, the first fully color-coded interactive music series. And the way it is like, remember back in the days, people used to get CDs and tapes and cassettes and vinyl, whatever it was. Yeah. You go be a part of the releasing experience. Now people don't do that. They do everything digital. So it's like, yo, tomorrow at midnight, my thing coming out. So it's like, where's the excitement? Where's the, oh, I need to hear this on repeat. I got something tangible. Where is the track listing? Where is the work of art? That's not there, right? So being that most people don't use CDs, I just started using my CD player again though. But
nice.
Yeah, in my car, because I need to revert back. But most people don't use it. So I was thinking, like, what do people use on a regular basis where it could create an experience? Everybody's always on their phones. They're on their phones 24/7. So I'm like, well, I can create a interactive experience. Whereas when I release it, I'll release the EPs. I'm doing EPs. It's 7 colors, right? It's gonna be. It's almost in the sense of like Sonic with the emeralds. It's like 7 colors, and each color is called, like the first one's code red. So the next color gonna be code whatever that color is. Code, I can't tell you that yet. So code red is anybody who might see me with a shirt with a phone on it. So any shirt you see with that color phone has that color EP. So anyone with the red phone, you can scan it with your cell phone and get the free EP of 4 songs right on your phone. And that's what it is, the interactive experience, because people will be like, that's different. It's something to be excited about. You're not going to the store to buy it like a CD or whatever, but you have to do something to say, I want to be a part of this experience. You know what I mean? It's not just, oh, here's my music, go download it. No, buy a shirt. You don't want to buy a shirt, but somebody's got a shirt, scan theirs and then see what it is and then download it to your phone. It's free. Just listen to it. But you have to interact with me. And then once you interact with me, it's like, okay, now you have the shirt, you have the EP. But whoever has the shirt at the end of the series, I'm doing a Color Code series concert. So that shirt is your ticket to get it for free. So now it's like, not only do you get the shirt, you get the EP, and that's the ticket into the event for free once it happens at the end of the series. So it's going to be 7 EPs of different colors, and at the end of that, it's going to be a full-length project. So it's going to be a total of 8 projects coming out of this Color Code series, and then followed it up by a concert. And everybody who's featured in the Color Code series are going to be a part of the concert.
So why is it taking so long for the next color to come out?
I had business to do. Needless to say, I had business to take care of, and things got in the way. So now that I have my own space, exactly. The next Color Code can be out if I, depending on how my weeks are, I can have it out next week, in 2 weeks. It all depends on my work ethic because I'm actually working on 3 projects right now.
So we're gonna have a lot of S-Rock projects.
No, a lot of Rockview projects.
Okay.
Because the Color Code series is an S-Rock project. But again, like everybody who's featured on it, they're going to be a part of that concert at the end. I'm also working on C Murder mixtape series. We starting that.
Yes.
So I'm doing that. I'm doing mine. Just he's prepping a project, so I'm working with him on that. So you know that's 3 projects right there. Plus whatever, you know, in between.
Diana's project, that's 4.
Right.
Yo, fancy motherfucker, aren't you?
We have to work. It don't stop. You have to literally. I say it all the time. I don't put things up just to say it.
I don't get the grind page shirt yet, so I can't just go.
You know what? I'll give you a shirt. But how much time we got left? I'm gonna go in that box and give you a shirt just to have on the table so people can see that it's real.
So, let me answer these 2 questions. Elijah Van Gogh said, when Van Gogh signing to Rockview Entertainment, LML. When you get signed to Rockview Entertainment today, I get signed as a photographer to Rockview Entertainment. Fame Road, can Fame get a feature? For $250 and 5 bottles of Henny Masters, then yes, you can get a feature.
I'll answer your question, Fame. You get a feature, dog. Just pull up to the studio. We can line something up. Now, you want a feature in general or it's about on the Color Code series? Just let me know. Either one, I don't care. We could get it done.
As long as it's food.
All right, yeah, as long as it's food. What she said. But
and bitches and Henny and $250.
I guess.
Listen, I'm working here.
I'm not interrupting you. I'm letting you do your thing.
I'm going to get you big booty hoes. I'm going to get you money. I'm going to get you shippers. I said
you just out here. You just out here.
I really am. It's been a while though since we've.
Lord Jesus.
Listen, it's been a while since I've been in my atmosphere.
I know, right? I should let you go overtime.
Who?
He said both. It's whatever, man. It's whatever. I got the location, so.
Tim, you want to call in too? You keep asking questions.
Nah, he's interacting with us. I like that. It's cool.
Interaction.
I don't do interviews a lot, so whenever people interacting, I take it in.
So you have a big event coming up, another festival. Yeah,
but the first big event is tomorrow.
Well, of course the big event is tomorrow, but you're not letting me answer my full question. You went from doing small events to now bigger concert events. Mm-hmm. How did you get involved now with the festivals?
Because I was already doing big shows. Before the circuit that knows me now, before they knew me, I was already doing big events. Like, we've done events where 700 plus people. We've done events with 200 some people, 100 some people. Like, I've been doing, when we did WVMR, that was in 2016, right? The last event that I did with a celebrity guest was Nitty Scott. The reason why I did that was because I wanted people to start seeing Rockview people more. So it's like, y'all come to the events now because of the guest I bring out, not because of us. But I don't know this for a fact. So let me check it. So now I took all of the industry people out for a year straight, maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years. I only did events with Rockview people. If anybody ever noticed, it was Rockview people or somebody that was dealing with us somehow, right? Now it's to the point where we can do an event and people will legit come because we're doing something, like the app concert. People came because they support what we were doing, us, not because of whatever entity was added on. So I'm like, okay, now that we have that level of respect with the peers and those involved with the circuit now, I'm going to go back to what I was already doing. I was already doing bigger shows with celebrity guests. It's video footage of this. You know what I'm saying? So once I go back to what I know, you see me in my truest form. My truest form is, it's go time. Let's just get it done. Let's get it done. Oh, it's another level to get to? All right, I'm going to get to that level. Oh, y'all doing a festival now? I want in on everything. You don't do nothing in New York if I ain't got ends on it somehow. That's how it was before. Every time a promoter has something or they wanted to partner with something, I need parts. Now, instead of it being me by myself doing that, I have Rockview, the people in Rockview, more active, more assertive. So now it's like, yo, Just, that's your lane over there. Yo, Ray, that's your lane. Tiana, this is your lane. We all have our own lane of people that we deal with. Speaking of Just, we all have our lane of people that we deal with. So now I could go on record right now and say anything that goes in the underground world in New York City, somebody from Rockview has some type of tie to it somehow. Whether they know the person doing it, they got the plug in there. Some way, somehow, we know what's going on. Reason being, we deal with everybody.
So how'd you guys get the plug now for the New York Music Festival?
Because now that's done by people that I was working with before I started. Because I used to do, what happened was I was performing as just a regular performer at their shows and their showcases and their open mics and all of that. Then I said, yo, I know how to talk this business talk and all that. Show me who to talk it to and I could get busy.
Yeah.
So one of them, we do business now together. He was like, all right, cool. The other one, we just did some business together, whatever. And it was like, all right, it's go time. So we did that. Then we started building. Then me and one of the guys had a little difference. And then me and the other guy, I'm like, you know what? That's still my man, but I need to do this right now. I'm not bringing no celebrity guests until they know in this city who Rockview is, until they know who S-Rock is, Just, Ray, Tight. So people know when they walk in, even if you don't know them, if you have something on affiliate with Rockview, as long as you know what's going on, we clicking, we good. Now that that's happening, it's like, all right, yo, it's go time now. I saw what I needed to see. I'm feeling what I need to feel. Now I just got to go with it. And I just going back to what I know. I know how to do big events. Like whether people come or not and all of that, that's up to us to get them to come. But to put it together and all that, we've been doing that. We've been doing that since 2012, 2011. We've been doing that. I chose to be in a boat that I'm in. I'm in the boat that I'm in by choice.
Wow.
Yeah. Just that most people don't know because most people don't. A lot of the people are new to me as far as this circuit goes because the people that I've dealt with were in the previous set of people in the circuit. So they all know me. When they go to the next level, that's how people in the next level know me because they knew me from before. They just see what I'm doing with business. Like, all right, cool, boom. But now at any given moment, I could be like, yo, I'm going to go get it clicking over here. I can just go get it clicking over there. It's not like I got to do too much thinking about it. It's like, yo, this is what I want to do. This is what we doing. It's clicking. And that's how it is now. And I've always been like that.
So let me ask you a question. Are you still trying to be part of this underground scene or are you trying to once again venture back out?
I'm gonna do both. I don't know how to not be underground. Like I'm an outside person. So I don't know how to not be underground. First of all, you're not telling me what to do. That's what's not gonna happen. So unless it's a certain type of bag behind it and we have a certain type of agreement, I'm not just gonna comply to what you want me to do just because you want that. What does it do for me and my people, right? Now, if you can't give me something that benefits me and my people, I don't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, I'm going to do the underground stuff because that's what I know. But I'm also going to do the mainstream stuff because that's also what I know. I just choose not to go into it because I don't want to go into it under somebody else's wing. But I think I have enough knowledge right now to cross that line under my own wing and say, okay, I can go up the next level by working how I got to work with my own knowledge and my own name and my own brand. So that's why I'm doing it now as opposed to before. Because before I had the opportunity, I just turned it down.
And now with these opportunities, you also brought back your clothing line.
Yeah. And in a sense, it's just like the way I do my clothes. Everybody know on all my social media is Titan the Rap, right? Those who've been following me for a long time, they know what Titan breaks down to. They know what Titan life means because it's on my website. I used to send an email blast out. I got to get back to that. I didn't forget, but it's just things that I say. So if you see me, like, for example, I always hashtag Ground Pace. Got a Ground Pace shirt, right? I always sold my Titan Life and all that other stuff. Titan Life shirts. I have Titan shirts with the definition on it. I have Rockview logo clothes. I got a Rockview shirt on right now. You understand what I'm saying? So it's always about finding the next lane of how to get to the next level. We can do all the things that we want to do in this underground world, in this business in general. But if we don't have anything people can take to go with them, then we're doing this for nothing, right? I can go perform all day, get busy all day. All right, this is good in there. But when you leave, you didn't leave with anything. Did I give you anything to that's tangible to walk away with? If I didn't do that, then I didn't succeed because you're going to forget, out of sight, out of mind. You're going to forget to go download this. You're going to forget, whatever. But if you have something that you can hold, you're like, oh, I got a shirt. You might not remember that shirt today or tomorrow, but if I market that shirt the right way and I put the right design on it because I designed it myself, if I do it the right way, you might look at it later like, oh, I remember, son. All right, boom, you might wear it somewhere, doing laundry or something. It's bold enough, like the Rockview shirt is bold enough to people be like, yo, what's that? So that's what I want. I always want the what's that factor. That's why I do everything like, yo, you wildin', okay. All right, but everything I do is calculated. It's never by accident. Unless something happened by accident by me doing a calculated step. on the side.
So
shout out to Just, he tuned in and shit. I see him.
And shout out to Live and Ray Fame on the live. No pun intended.
Facts.
Elijah Van Gogh before when he will get a Rockview contract, and it made me think about the one question: what qualifies someone to either one, be part of Rockview, or two, be affiliated to work with them?
It could be about your business. Well, to be affiliated to work with Rockview, just be about your business and be upstanding. Like, I don't care if you deal with me or anybody else in Rockview. Just be about your business. Be upstanding. If something is going bad, say it's going bad. If something's going good, say it's good. Like, don't be with all this extra shit because I'm not with it, right? Yeah. So by me not being with it, those who are in Rockview, like if Justice doing something, Ray doing something, or whoever in Rockview, and they tell me somebody's sideways, I'm like, what? Like my reaction is like, word? Like, you want me to deal with it? Whatever. It's either they say yeah or no. Sometimes they say no and I still do it. That's just me. But
like the concept.
Who?
The kid from Blackthorn.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about that. But I don't know which that's alleged, right? But at the end of the day, it's like we're a family, and I move like that. I move like a unit. So to be affiliated, just gotta be about your business to be able to coexist with that unit. That's all. Just gel with us, and then we good. As far as getting in Rockview, that's a tricky question because everybody that's in Rockview, I didn't ask them to be there. Everybody that's in Rockview, they approached me to get in Rockview, or somebody came to me in regard to them to get in Rockview. Because my thing is, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do regardless. And those people who are in Rockview, they just fit what's going on, and then we all gel with our personalities. And to some degree, each person in Rockview is like an extension of my mentality. So my mind is always all over the place.
Okay, so what? Where does Just, Ray, and Taina fit into that mentality part of you?
All right, so let's say you said Just, Ray, Taina. We're gonna go in order. So Just is like more of the, when you come to like artist wise, he's more of a street style of artist. And my mentality, I'm an outside person, right? Like Elijah Van Gogh, he knows me from outside. But even though I be outside, my mentality is I'm just cooling, right? Until I get ticked off. Then it's like go time. Justin is just like a street edgy guy when he's doing his music. But that clicks in my brain because that reminds me of how I am when I get pushed to the point. Right. Ray, on the other hand, she's like the like an aunt type of thing, a motherly type of thing, fun stuff like that. I'm like that, but you like, as far as a guy, not motherly, like a fatherly. But I'm fun when you get me to be comfortable with you, to be fun. Like if we always run each other with business, then I'm not really fun. Cause like, yo, let's handle the business. We could play later, dog. Like, what are we doing here, right? So that's with her, and that's an extension of me with my mentality. With Taina, she's laid back. She be chilling. She just do her part, get in and get out. That's kind of how I am. But leave me alone. That's how she is. Yo, just leave me alone. And that's how I am also.
And what about Chris?
He's also playful. He's playful, but he gets things done. Like, yo, I don't care how I got to do it. Let's just do it. And you know, but I'm going to be joking while I'm doing it. I'm one of those kind of people too. It's all about my moves. It's all about my moves and who I'm around when these things are happening. But all of them bottled up. Like honestly, if you were to take all their personalities from what y'all see, not in their personal lives, but what y'all see of them, put them all in one, and then put my mentality in one right here. You match them up, you'll be able to see all these together equals up to this one mentality, and that's how I like to move. That's why we all take from each other. So now you see, if somebody was at a level 8 here, but a 5 here, by being around all of us, that 5 goes up to like a 7. So now you get a better balance with what you're doing, and we all complement each other like that.
And you still have your writer?
My writer? Oh yeah. She's around. She in school right now, so she's always around. She ain't going nowhere. Shout out to Sin, writing, doing her school thing.
You know, you gotta be.
Shout out Finster. Shout out Finster. That's one of my other DJs. He's more of the radio side, so you're gonna be seeing him in a minute when we bring that thing back. But you know, got some things up my sleeve with him. Shout out Jay Reed. You know,
Katie K, their photographer. I just need the contract.
She need that contract, right? But we be out here working. But that's what it is. That's how all personalities mix.
So it's, I guess my last two questions.
Can I ask away?
What's next for 2019 and the 2018?
Well, in the 2018 off rip, you already know the festival.
I'd be there.
That's November 17th. Of course, tomorrow. I can't forget tomorrow. Passion for Fashion Part 2. End of the year in December, we always do Rocking for the Holidays, so that's definitely gonna happen.
Can we add a toy drive factor to it?
We're gonna see about that because we might have to do it two separate ones or maybe one big one. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out. More color code because I think I want to knock out like 2 color codes before Thanksgiving.
Wouldn't it be hard to market?
Huh?
Would that be hard to market for you?
No, because I'm not marketing them individually. I'm marketing them as the color code series. So I can give you all 7 colors at once. It doesn't matter which one because they're marketed as the group. Because for me, the color code series is one project. That's all it is. It's like one book, different chapters. And then at the end of it, it's going to be a big project and a concert with it. So by the end of the year, I should have at least 2 or 3 more of them out. New music from Just. New music from Taina. Mixtape series from DJ C Murder. More media stuff, we're going to kick that off. And we're going to kick off some radio stuff too. Got a lot.
C Murder's coming back on Friday.
Yeah, he's definitely coming back on Friday. DNC Primetime.
Oh, Primetime.
Yeah, he changed the name. He gonna matter of fact gonna be airing right here. So catch him whatever Friday is. Friday the 2nd, I think it is. 7 p.m. We're gonna be right back here. Not here on Monday Night Rawrr. No, on DNC Primetime. So you can follow that one. If you don't follow that one, we're gonna follow y'all and find y'all anyway. So that's what it is with that.
Okay.
Other than that, we just look. We just getting things rocking and rolling.
Okay.
Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Because it don't stop.
It never stops.
It doesn't stop.
So we had the Powerball drawing lately, right?
Okay. I didn't play, but okay.
If you had ever won the Powerball, 1, would you just be chilling and relaxing? And 2, what would you spend the money on?
Well, I'm not big on just spending money. I gotta invest the money. I'm not really with just spending it. I get mad when I spend money on things where I can't get money back off of it. So off rip, I know how taxes go. So if I win that much money, half of that is being put to the side off rip for the taxes. They taking on half. Here go. Then I would invest in some land because I was already going to do it anyway before I get that. So I'm investing in land, but it's going to be down south so I can get my own compound. Kind of what I'm doing here, where you got the studio, but I'm doing it down south where I own the land and get the compound of there's a studio, like a trailer on the land. The whole trailer is the studio though. You know what I mean? Then there's another one. If you coming down there to record something, you need a place to stay, whatever you want a compound. There's a trailer for that. Then is like a whole like a gated community in a sense, but my own. I'm already gonna do that regardless. That's my plan. So if I ever win a lottery, that's what I'm gonna invest in off top. Then everything else is gonna come as it come. Like anything else is gonna be investment wise. I'm not really with the spending too much money because anything I want to get, I know how to go get it anyway. So
you'll still be working?
Hell yeah, I can't not work. Like I get so mad. Like I'll sit in the house one day and get mad because I don't have no work to do. I can't. I have to work on something. Even if it's a little bit of work, I gotta work on something. I gotta brainstorm some ideas. I just can't not work. Cause I know that if I don't work, I don't make anything. I'm not content with not making stuff. If my money goes down, I'm super mad. If my money stays still, I'm a little bit mad. If it goes up, I'm a happy camper. It could go up $1. As long as it's going up, I'm good. But being at a standstill, I get mad as hell. My money. And I can't. Lord, just thinking about it making me itch. Nah, I'm not with that sitting still, man.
Don't itch. We can't get you off hives.
Right.
So
but that's what it was.
Where can they find you?
At Titan a Rap on everything. TITANOFRAP. The website, titanarap.com. Anywhere Rockview is at, you're going to find me. So that's rockviewent.com. Rockview Ent on all social media. ROCKVIEWENT on everything. I'm there. Anywhere in New York City, you might find me. You know, you might find me somewhere riding around with Blanco.
Blanco's a sexy ass car, by the way.
Yes, that's my car.
My name is Katie K. This was the Monday Night Rawrr exclusive. Welcome to the Rawrr Zone featuring the one, the only Mr. China Rap himself, Ass Rock.
Facts.
So this Friday, I'm going to be at the All Hail the King Military Grind concert, courtesy of Basquiat Mine, Coney Brooks, and of course, you know, the South Boys. We also by HLM Media, November 2nd. Doors open at 8. The show starts at 9. If you want your picture taken, get the fuck over there. If not, please suck a dick because you're going to miss a good performance. You got Exile in the building. You got Rawrr. Of course, you got your South Boys. You got Mark Wills and so many more. It's definitely something you don't want to miss. If anything, hit up Fame, hit up Coney, hit up somebody, but make sure you're there this Friday. And on that note, follow us everywhere, MN Rawrr NYC. We changed the name, guys.
Facts. And I'm going to shout you out, too. Because you got, well, I don't know if you got it, how it worked out, you interviewed me first. Here. She came to the location to interview me. It wasn't like, yo, Rock, come over here. I know there's another way we was going to do it, but I like this being, because that way people can see that something's going on.
I mean, I'm coming here anyways, even if it's bi-weekly.
Right.
So,
but at the end of the day,
we're coming bi-weekly, guys.
People know what it is. They, you know, all the speculation needed to stop. Need to put the cease to that. You know, people kept telling me before to speak me. I let people think what they want to think. I don't really care about it. But at the same time, sometimes you got to put things out there. I'd rather put it out there publicly so everybody get to see it. You came here to ask me the questions. And for future reference, anything that she asked me about the whole WVMR situation is the last time y'all going to hear me speaking about it.
So play the replay.
Because I don't care who interviewed me. If you ask me about that stuff, I'm going to dodge the question because I said what I had to say. It's done.
I actually do got one more question. What did you learn from this whole situation?
The same thing I learned the last time. Take from every situation the positives and the negative. That's what I learned. Because before I started Rockview, I was with somebody. I took what I needed to take from there, started my own thing, which became Rockview. I did the radio thing, had a partner. It went how it went. I learned what I learned, took what I took from it. Now I'm doing my own thing. So every time something happens, I just take stuff from it and go. So I didn't learn nothing new. I just learned it from new people. That's all.
Okay. So we're going to close this out because, you know, we had to take something from the Color Code series, right?
Facts.
How about you introduce?
Which one you got?
Stacks is my favorite.
You like Stack. All right, cool. Off the Code Red. Matter of fact, it's the first song in the whole Color Code series. It's track number 1 on Code Red. If you don't have Code Red, go to titanrap.com or go to rockviewent.com. You click on it, buy yourself a shirt. If you don't want to buy a shirt, cool, get the single. You know what I'm saying?
But scan the shirt off somebody.
Or scan the shirt off somebody. Matter of fact, you're going to see us tomorrow, so pop up at Blackthorn 51. But this is Stack, S Rock, featuring Just Right. Let's get it.
And we out.